go. Hey everybody, it's Melissa De Silva, and we were experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty, so we're going to go ahead and get started again. I've seen some of you on the live stream, so it's going to go ahead and send you a notification. And these lovely ladies have let me know that, hey, it's not working. So we'll go ahead and we'll do it again. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're just going to start over from the beginning so that you get the full experience. Great. So everyone, welcome to the Self-Image Formula with me, Melissa De Silva. And I wanted to formally welcome you to our mindset community. If you're brand new, welcome. And I want to thank everyone as well. If you've invited a friend or you're inviting people that are like-minded in this group, I'm noticing that this group is growing every single week, and that makes my heart so happy. So thank you so much, and continue keep doing that. So I wanted to talk about the problem that people are facing today. So some of the problems that people are facing today, and I can see you on the live stream, so you can go ahead and you can actually jump into the Zoom room with us, or you can go ahead and put it in this chat so I can take a look after. But some of the things that people are talking about into themselves is that they're feeling stuck in their current results. Is that you? That sometimes they're unsure of who they actually are. I know I was. Think about that. They're not earning the income that they want. Or is it that you know that you can be doing better, but maybe you're not? Why is that? So next week, Carla, I'd love for you to come on to the Zoom if you can. Hello from the live stream. Just scroll down and try to come into the room with us. Next week, I will be doing an in-person live seminar at Whistlebear Golf Club, which is called The Turning Point. That's the theme, and it's where life begins. Most turning points in people's lives are through an emotional impact. And most emotional impacts are negative, like 9/11. So what I want to get people to do is start thinking about, are they living the way they want? Are they truly living the way they want? If you were to get, God forbid, cancer tomorrow, are you living the way you want? Most people are not. So I hit a turning point in my life, and I'm going to share it with you that day. And I wanted to just basically have you together with a like-minded community of people that are looking to grow and expand their own awareness. So in order to go ahead and scan on for free, you just put your camera on your phone and you can scan the screen, and it'll pull up my free event, and then you can go ahead and register or share it with a friend. So I really look forward to seeing you there. In the middle picture, yes, that is the venue. It's so pretty, and I'm really excited. I will also be having some guest speakers that day. Doug Dane is a good friend of mine, and he's also one of my mentors. So I mentor with Doug Dane, and Doug mentored with Bob Proctor, which was a very good friend of him. All right, so he's going to be talking about his brand new book, which is Mistaken Identity, and a little bit about himself and how he's on a mission as well to help people get unstuck in their life, just like I am. So that's why Doug and we really collaborate a lot to make the group, make this mindset community as strong as we can, as strong as I can, to help people. I'm also a musician that's going to be performing that evening. I'm going to do a couple songs for you, and then I'm also going to share my story. I want to tell you that this quote is for you. I face my future peacefully and calmly because I know that I am enough. Most people, men and women, feel that they are not enough. So I'm here to tell you today that you are more than enough. And the only problem that we have is the stories that we tell ourselves sometimes. So what are the stories that you tell yourself? That's going to be uncovered through an exercise tonight. When you come into the Zoom room, I have dropped into the chat the exercise as well as my free gift for you for coming to this mini course. And I'm excited as well to introduce some other guest speakers as well. So Bob says, don't be a victim of negative self-talk. Remember that you are listening. So one thing I want to tell you is that you are an incredible being that is created for greatness. So why aren't we living the way we want? Especially inside. And I'll tell you why. It's the self-image. It's the image that you hold of yourself. Normally, when I start to work with somebody, I start to ask them a few questions. And then I start to compliment them and I look at them. And you know what I find sometimes? I hit a pain point. They start to cry. So then I know the stories that they're telling themselves because it hurts. So I want to just tell you a little bit of my background. Growing up, I had two parents that unfortunately were very physically abusive towards each other, mostly my dad to my mom. And as a child, I was mentally abused by my father. I seen my mother sexually abused many times by my dad, and physically and mentally abused. My mom would work afternoons and she would go to work and my dad would be home at night. Well, my sister was 6 years old and my brother was around 17 at the time. And I would sit down every night with my homework. And that's where the stories began. You know, he'd smack the table. Why can't you get this? Why are you so stupid? And he used to tap me. So as we grow older, the things that we're taught as children, they start to stick with you. Because when you're born to the ages of 8, 9, and 10, there's a part of your mind that can't mentally reject the things that you see here from others. Because when we are born, we operate by our sensory factors. Hear, smell, taste, touch, we see it, and it becomes a part of our belief system, okay? So growing up, I thought that I was stupid, that I couldn't learn like the other children. So what was your upbringing like? I can tell you right now, there's probably some sort of beliefs that you've heard from the outside that are maybe controlling your results. It took me many years to understand myself, the truth about who I really am. And the truth is that I'm not a stupid person. I'm a talented musician. I'm a mother. I'm a teacher. I'm a mentor. I'm a leader. I'm a friend. And I'm smart. But I didn't believe it. So some of the things that you could have heard when you were little were maybe a belief around money. That some people form a belief around money that you have to work hard in order to earn a lot of money. And I'm a daughter. Thank you, Susan. Yes, I'm a daughter. I'm a good daughter. So some people think, you know what? You need to work hard to earn a lot of money. That is not true. I actually have a course on the money frequency that you can take. These are just beliefs that you've inherited and that you've really allowed to become part of your belief system in your self-image. So what do you think is the self-image formula? Is that the big question? All week I've been talking about this. Well, I'll give you a hint. You become what you think about. Simple. You become what you think about all day long. So what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about debt? Are you thinking that it's hard for you to attract a good relationship to your life? Are you thinking about you're not an organized person and you procrastinate because you don't get anything done and you walk in circles? That's just all the garbage that you tell yourself. So you operate from that place. Why? You become what you think about. So that's one hint to the formula. We become what we think about. I suggest you write that down, because you're going to start stopping yourself throughout the day. What the heck am I thinking about? You know, most people don't think. And if they knew what the heck they were thinking all the time, they'd be shocked, because you're operating subconsciously. It's the program. You're programmed. So what are you thinking about? You're thinking about, you look in the mirror, you see a person. But you also see two parts of you. See, our thoughts become our reality. And a hint could be in your results. If you have a faith background, multiple times in the Bible, by their fruits you will know them. By their results, you will know them. You know, a person that's earning $50,000 a year, I'm not saying that's good or bad. They're not thinking from a place that maybe a person that's earning $150,000 a year, right? So you have a program. We're programmed genetically through birth and through genetics, through your parents from the moment of conception. That's genetic programming. That's why you might look like your grandfather or your grandmother. And then the second part of that is we're programmed environmentally. So when a baby comes out, we need to take care of it. Or what happens? It'll die. It dies, right? We need to love it. We need to feed it. We need to clean it. But animals are different. Animals strictly operate by instinct. A squirrel does not stick around with its mother all summer and she gives it a lesson on how to survive in the fall, because winter is coming. Everything dies. It knows, it's instinct. And instinct is perfect. But you were created, I truly believe, by a perfect being. So do you believe that that being created you with viruses? No. We're programmed to think the things we think. You eat the food that your parents made because they made it. They eat the food because their parents made it. Right? So understanding that you have an image of yourself and you're operating from that place and that you have a program. So if you don't change the program, you can't get the formula. The formula is understanding what the heck you're thinking about. So one of the greatest jewels of life is learning the calmness of mind. I have two children, ages 10 tomorrow. My son's birthday is tomorrow. and a daughter that's 6.5 years old. My son knows more about the mind than most people in this mindset community. I can tell you right now, my son can sit down and give you a small lesson on your mind, and you would be blown away. You can teach these concepts to children, and I will be teaching it to children in the fall when I introduce my programming to the curriculum, to the government, to teach kids about themselves. So tonight, I want to give you a gift. I want you to learn calmness of mind. So I want you to turn off your screens, just your camera if you're in my class. Don't turn it off or you won't hear anything. And I want you to close your eyes and feel vulnerable and shut out all outside distractions for a couple minutes with Bob. Go ahead and follow it with me. Oh, we have somebody coming into the room. 1 second here. All right, so turn off your camera, close your eyes, and listen to this man. Let him guide you, calmness of mind, so we can better understand you.
Close your eyes and let yourself totally relax. Okay? You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. I want you to totally relax. Let all tension leave your body. Sit upright. Don't go to sleep. Totally relax. You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. I want you to feel and see a beautiful lavender energy flowing right into the crown of your head. It's a lavender energy. It's going to circulate through your brain. It's moving right in the back of your eyes, into your nose, your tongue, your throat. This beautiful lavender energy is flowing freely. It's circulating through your head. It's circulating down through your neck, into your shoulders and down your arms. It's right down to your fingertips now. Your arms and neck and head are totally relaxed. This beautiful lavender energy is circulating right through your body. You just hear my voice. You hear nothing but my voice. You're totally relaxed. You have the strongest urge to lift your right arm in the air and you can't move it. It's too relaxed. It's a bit of a phenomenon. You know you can, but you can't. This beautiful lavender energy now circulating through your chest, circulating all through your chest, down through your abdomen, down into your hips and the lower part of your body. It's moving down now through your legs into your knees. You can just feel this lavender energy. It's a healing energy and it's circulating through you. It's giving you the most magnificent feeling. It's going down now through your legs, right into your ankles and into your feet. Your whole body is totally relaxed. You're totally relaxed. You just hear my voice and you're totally relaxed. You have a wonderful feeling. Now you can feel this energy. It's healing every molecule of your body. Every molecule of your body is healing. And the words of Price Pritchett come to your mind. The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you can't see it and feel it, you don't know it's happening, it's still happening. There's a healing energy that's circulating through your body. Everything I've said is recorded in cells in your brain. Every word I've said, everything you've experienced right now is recorded in your cells in your brain. At any time, you can sit in a relaxed state and instantly drop yourself into this state and activate the sound of my voice and the feeling in your body. You're totally relaxed. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 10. Each time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy flow into you. Every time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy. On the count of 10, you're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. And you're developing the strongest urge to practice what I'm doing right now and practice it frequently. And you know that every fiber of your being is moving back into a perfection state. There's perfection in every cell, and you're coming back into that state. We're going from 1 to 10. Every time I count a number, you're going to feel new energy flow into you. It's the most magnificent feeling. You're up to 1, 2, 3, 4. This energy is flowing into every molecule of your being is being rejuvenated. There's the most phenomenal feeling in you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. And this magnificent experience is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And you will always practice this. Every day you're going to practice relaxing and permitting this beautiful lavender energy to flow through you. And you know it's a healing energy. We're up to 5, 6, there's a phenomenal energy moving into you. On the count of 10, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to feel like you've had a wonderful rest. We're up to 6, to 7, to 8, 9, 10.
I hope you enjoyed this.
All right. So you can turn your cameras back on if you're in the classroom here. If you're comfortable with sharing, Susan, you can go first because I know you're one of my students. How does calmness of mind make you feel? You're just muted, Susan.
Okay. I would have to say it's like a light feeling, like it releases stuff, like you feel like I was gonna say like almost like a spirit, like, yeah.
Calmness of mind is very important because there's so many distractions. There's so much negativity. You got things coming from social media. You might have some stuff coming from your workplace. You have some stuff coming through your personal life. So it gets noisy, right? Each day, I challenge you to meditate. Whether you do it in the morning, you get up early before work, or you do it before you go to bed. But when you're meditating, it's bringing your body to a different state. It helps you to think more clearly. As humans, most of us are on animal mode, reacting to everything. We're conditioned that way. But how about learning how to respond? Stop and think. Make that a part of your self-image. When you're doing a meditation, breathe in deep breaths. Be vulnerable. So thank you so much for trusting me to lead you through that with Bob, and just experiencing that. Make meditation a habit. Just like you would with gratitude. So Carla, one of my students, asked me this today. You posted the picture with a quote from Bob. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. What does that mean? What do you think it means? I'll tell you. What you think about, you bring about. One of the universal laws is the law of attraction. Actually, the law of attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is called the law of vibration. Everything moves, nothing rests. So your thoughts are energy. So when you're thinking, for example, about money, are you telling yourself a positive story, an affirmation that you could create around money? I am a money magnet. Money comes to me easily. Or are you saying to yourself other things? When you think about love and relationships in your life, what do you think about? Are you telling yourself, I attract loving relationships to my life? Or are you telling yourselves the negative stories? I don't have enough money. I have lack of wealth. There is a place. And there's a belief that is a story that you're telling yourself. Maybe it's a fear, a doubt, and a worry that you're going to draw out of yourself tonight through the exercise that I gave to you. Oh, crap. I didn't even know I had a fear around money. Bingo. Look at your results. Is there enough month at the end of the bills? We can talk about money further. I can teach you how to earn money. There's actually a strategy around earning money, and it's quite easy. I can help you. Or do you think about love and abundance in your life, or are you worried of not being loved? So you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So if you think you're a person that's not worthy of being loved, do you think that you're going to attract good, loving relationships to your life? No. You're going to find ways to mess it up. Could be the person for you or the friend for you, but you're going to find the flaws and you're going to more so focus on the negative. So yes, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you think you are. And that's your self-image. So your mind is a magnet. If you think of blessings, you attract blessings. And if you think of problems, you're going to attract problems. One of my mentors tell me, you know what? The problem is not the problem. The problem is that you're thinking and talking about the problem. That's the problem on the earth. They're focused on hate and greed and judgment. That's not serving us. That's separating us. And that's creating power for certain people. So get in a habit of flipping your negative thoughts to the good. Even if it's the crappiest day ever. You tripped, you stubbed your toe. Listen, I had a flood in my basement yesterday. I'm laughing because that's the way I deal with things. My husband was not happy. But you know what I said? There's got to be good in this. Just get in the habit of saying, well, that's good. Even though it's not and it doesn't make sense. It helps you to flip your mind to a positive. Because it's not easy to think positive. It's super easy to think negative, especially when you're living in a world like this, watching the news. We're not focused on what's good today. We're focused on the negative. So start becoming aware. And you have the power to control your thoughts. You have the power to accept and reject anything you hear. But we're operating like this, and we're allowing all the garbage to dump into us. No. If I came to your house, you certainly wouldn't allow me to dump garbage into your living room, would you? You would tell me to get the hell out and take my garbage with me. So start standing guard to the door of your mind. Don't let everything in. And especially the garbage that you might be hearing or thinking about yourself. You're an amazing person. You're enough. You are loved. I have a very powerful exercise next week you're going to be able to hear. So understanding myself and my thoughts, and I believe, and the things that I believe about me are changing the paradigm. Buddy, come here. The animals operating by the instinct. So how do you change your self-image? You got to change the program. You got to change what it's called, is the scientific term is called your paradigm. The current things that you're telling yourself. So what is self-image? Self-image is one's idea of one's abilities, appearance, and personality. You go Google self-image right now, that's exactly what you're going to hear. The image that you hold of yourself. So I'm so excited because Lisa has never read the Psycho-Cybernetics book by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. That is the gift for coming on Zoom today. Click down link and go down below and click into the Zoom room. I gave you a book that's literally going to change your life. And there is a cybernetic mechanism within us that is forever goal seeking. So it works like a thermostat. So if it was winter time and I left the door open and the house was set to 68 degrees, okay, and the door's open, what's going to happen? There's a cybernetic mechanism in your furnace that's going to say, ooh, the room's too cold, turn up the heat, we need to get back to 68. Okay? That is the same concept as if is being controlled by you in your life. So if you're telling yourself a certain story, you can only operate to the level that you think you are. If you're thinking of a person that's earning $50,000 a year and you want to earn more, you need to start thinking from a person that's earning $150,000 a year. What are they thinking about? What are their habits? What are they doing? But if you believe certain things, you can't exceed your self-image. You can never outdo your self-image on the image that you think you are. So the book that I gifted today is called Psycho-Cybernetics. And the author of the book is Dr. Maxwell Maltz. In 1960, this book was written by a cosmetic surgeon that discovered self-image through his practice. So what happened was he would have a person come in that had a facial disformity, okay? And he would create a procedure where he would get rid of the scar. Not all patients, but some patients 21 days later, when they had a post-operative appointment to come do a checkup, sometimes he noticed that there was a drastic personality change in that person. Why is that? Because they seen themselves in a different way than they were before. So their mind was shifted. Their mind changed. How does that happen? So he got very curious and he writes about it in his book. And he would notice somebody else with a big nose and they'd get him a nose job. Oh, but they're not different. So there's got to be something going on. It's because you operate with two images. The image of that you see of your and you believe about yourself is part of your self-image, and the image that you think how other people see you. So if I were to ask you what the front door of your house looks like, just nod your head in the class. Could you tell me? Just not even by looking. You close your eyes, you're giving me a description of what your front door looks like. And if I close my eyes, I can see it clearly. Can you do that? So what do you think about the first thing that you think about when you think of the mind? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about the mind? You can put it in the chat if you want. What's the picture that you hold? Most people will say the brain. So I want to give you a new image of the mind. And this is a concept that you can teach to a child. This is a concept by Dr. Thurman Fleet. And he helped people understand their own minds and how they integrate their thinking with their behavior. So although there's many parts of the mind, today we're going to talk about two parts of the mind. The first part of the mind is the upper part. It's called the conscious mind. It's the type of mind that we use in school. It's our thinking and knowing mind. When you have a math test, you're studying and you got the concepts and then you write it down, and then normally sometimes people will lose those things, right? Because it's the knowledge. We're conditioned to know more, know more, know more, but then we're doing less. That's the knowing mind, the thinking mind, the mind that you drive on in the highway. The other part of the mind is your enemy. It's called your subconscious mind. It's all the beliefs that you have accepted, that you believe, and the stories you tell yourself. They've become a part of your thinking and your program. So what happens is you think a thought. If you get emotionally involved with that thought, you turn it over to the subconscious mind, you can feel it. If you're happy,
you feel it through feelings of vibration of happiness, right? But if you get emotionally involved with a negative thought, you could get angry, you could cry. That's when it becomes a part of your subconscious mind. Okay? So when we're little kids, that part of our mind, this is very important. That part of our mind is open. We don't have the ability to accept or reject the things that are happening around us. It just gets dumped into the subconscious. It accepts it right away. It's not developed yet. So as children, you have a lot of those things that are still with you that could be controlling your results. And the way to change it is to know the thoughts in the subconscious mind, the garbage that's in there. How do you do that? Through the self-image exercise that I gave you today. It will draw the stories out, and guess what? You might cry. Some of those stories are sad. And when you read them, you're going to think, no way. There's no flippin' way that I talk to myself like that. Why would I even think that? I did. I cried. So start telling yourself the truth. So through that exercise, you're going to be able to flip the negativity into a positive affirmation that you can do through repetition to start drilling in the truth. Okay? So again, as an infant, the thoughts, the opinions of other people got dumped into your brain, your paradigm, the radio, the news. It all gets dumped into your subconscious mind. So when you think a thought in your consciousness, then you start to feel it through your subconscious. You lock it in as a belief. That starts to transmit through your life, through your results and your actions. Okay? So that's how it works. So ask yourself, the struggle that you're facing today is a test to see if you are truly committed to the life that you say you want. Bob talks about a very powerful quote. Most people are tiptoeing through life, hoping to make it safely to death. What a stupid game. Why would you not want to know more about you? Who you were actually created to be? Your true self, not the self that you show the world, that you portray to other people, who you really are. I want you to do something tonight when you're laying in bed. Promise me you're going to do it. Try it out. I want you to tap on your chest. And I want you to say to yourself, I completely love and I accept myself. Tap on your head. I completely love and I accept myself. When you say certain things to yourself, it's going to feel uncomfortable. If it feels uncomfortable, it's because you haven't formed a belief around it. I completely love, it's called tapping. It works. I completely love and I accept myself. On your head, I completely love and I accept myself. Keep doing that. Whatever you think you're not, and you write down on that self-image exercise, I want you to try tapping. I am enough. I am enough. I'm a good mother. I am loved. Start anchoring in the truth about yourself. So what is the self-image formula? Understanding the lies that you tell yourself and to flip it to the truth through the use of repetition. So if you are not enough and you think you're not enough, you are enough. I'm so happy and grateful that I am enough. Put it in a positive affirmation and write it down every single day until you start to believe it. I am so happy and grateful that I woke up years ago and somebody woke me up physically through awareness. And now I'm waking up other people. And I think the more that we wake up, the more that we understand ourselves, we're going to understand others. And we're going to start operating from a better place. You're going to see my curriculum in school in the fall. I have teachers that are behind me to start teaching self-image in a more simpler fashion in grades 1 to 5 and 6 to 8. I think that we do have a cure for bullying. I think that the world needs more understanding. And I think that the only problem that we have, that there is nothing wrong with us. That when we better understand ourselves, we'll operate and we will treat others better. So I hope that you took positivity away today. And I hope that you have a better understanding of yourself and you can go ahead and review the concepts that I talked about. Please do the self-image exercise. And if you would like to connect with me after and talking about that, I will definitely book a Zoom call with you. Thank you, Susan. And book a discovery call with me anytime and seeing if working with me is for you. I lead people to become the best versions of themselves. And it's one of my favorite things to do. So thank you so much to everyone that was able to come on today, watching the live, watching the replay. I will post the self-image exercise in our mindset community, and you're welcome to go ahead and share it and shoot me any messages that you have directly through DM, and I will be able to help you further. Keep going, keep uncovering the best version of yourself. And I just gave you the self-image formula. Have a good night.